NovaFabric, verifiable evidence for AI agent runs. This is a live demonstration. Everything you are about to see ran on real cloud infrastructure minutes before this recording. No mock-ups, no fixtures. An AI agent run is an experiment you cannot repeat. The model changes underneath you. The temperature is not zero. The tools it called return whatever they returned at that moment. Run the same agent again tomorrow and you get a different answer, with no way to tell which of the two was right. So when something goes wrong, a bad decision, a leaked secret, a regulator's question, a customer dispute, you face three questions. What actually ran? Can you prove it? And can somebody who has no reason to trust you check your answer for themselves? Logs, traces, and experiment trackers all describe a run. None of them prove one. A log file is just a text file. Anyone with write access can edit it, and nothing in that file will ever tell you they did. Observability answers what happened for you. Evidence answers what happened for somebody who does not trust you. That gap is what NovaFabric fills. NovaFabric does four things. It captures a run without changing your agent's code. It seals the result with a cryptographic signature, a trusted timestamp, and an append-only log. It lets anyone verify that seal offline, and it keeps enough of the run to replay it. Let us watch all four, live. This is an Azure virtual machine. The signing key lives inside an Azure Key Vault hardware security module. It is non-exportable, and there is no secret anywhere on this disk. The machine authenticates with a managed identity. If this box is compromised tomorrow, the key is not. Here is an ordinary Python agent that triages support tickets against Azure OpenAI. We prefixed the command with Nova Capture. The agent's own source is not modified. Not one line, not one import, no decorator, no callback. NovaFabric wraps the process and records it from outside. What comes out is a run capsule, which is just a directory. The agent's unstandard output. The environment it ran independent. A trace of every span. And every model call with the exact token counts the provider reported, not an estimate computed afterwards from the text. Then the capsule is sealed, a DSSE envelope signed inside a hardware module, an RFC 3161 timestamp from a public timestamping authority, which proves the capsule existed before a particular moment, and an entry in an append-only Merkle log. Now anybody can check it. NovaVerify validates the signature, the timestamp, and the Merkle inclusion proof. Then it compares the manifest against the signed copy and recomputes the hash of every single file in the capsule. 5 checks. All green. So let us attack it. I am going to open the recorded model calls and change one number. The output token count on one call, from 13 to 1. That is exactly the kind of edit that makes a cost report lie. Verify again. It fails, and it names the file that changed. Look at the summary line. The signature is still perfectly valid. The file simply no longer matches what that signature covers. Editing the evidence does not work, so try forging the manifest instead. Rewrite the record of which script was executed, so that it looks like the reviewed version of the agent ran. That fails too, and it names the exact field that disagrees with the signed copy. Both of these checks are new. This demonstration is what exposed their absence, and closing the gap took an architecture decision record and a schema change. For handing to somebody else, there is the evidence bundle, a single zip file with a digest for every artifact inside it, a manifest in toto attestations, and a README explaining how to check it without installing NovaFabric at all. The clean bundle passes 43 artifacts recomputed. The same bundle with one edited number fails and names the file. One last thing from the command line, because it is a design principle rather than a feature. This model has no published price in the catalog. NovaFabric reports it as unpriced. It does not report $0. A tool that quietly guesses is worse than a tool that says it does not know. Now the same evidence in the browser. This dashboard reads the sealed capsules directly, it binds to localhost, and everything from here on is the exact run you just watched being captured, sealed, and attacked. Same run ID. Same 4 calls. 16 runs captured during this session. 2 of them failed. The one at the top is the run you just watched on the command line, the same run ID. Every row is a sealed capsule on disk, not a database record somebody could quietly update later. Open it and this is the manifest itself. Look at the evidence digests block. That is a SHA-256 for every single file in the capsule, and it is inside the signed payload. That map is what made both of those attacks fail. You are looking at the mechanism, not a diagram of it. The 4 model calls read straight out of that sealed capsule. Billing, outage, security, other. And look at the first one. 42 tokens in, 13 out. 13 is the number we changed to 1 a moment ago. This is the value the signature protects. The trace view reconstructs the span tree. 7.5 seconds of wall clock, 4 model calls, and exactly where the time went. And the forensics timeline for an investigator. Read the line at the top. It says it reconstructs from sealed evidence, records the gaps it could not reconstruct, and does not establish causation or certify the timeline complete. Then underneath, it lists the one gap it has. A tool that tells you where its own evidence runs out is worth more than one that does not. What this does not claim. NovaFabric is version 0.101 and it is experimental. The schemas are not frozen. Sealing proves a capsule has not changed since it was signed. It cannot prove that the capture was honest at the moment it ran. And it will not make a non-deterministic model deterministic. What it does is record what happened, precisely, and make that record checkable by somebody else. If you have to answer a regulator under the EU-AI Act, hand a reproducible artifact to a journal reviewer, settle an incident 3 months after it happened, or simply work out which of 2 runs you should trust. That is what this is for. NovaFabric is Apache 2.0, self-hosted, and it runs from a laptop up to a cluster. The code is at github.com/me to NovaFabric. Thanks for watching.